I'm not saying Dove is good. I'm not saying Dove is bad. I'm not saying they're great. I'm not saying they're not great. What I will tell you about is two very interesting nuggets to add to your conversations that you have afterwards during the barbecue. Number one, Dove has already responded to Greenpeace. The response is actually up on the YouTube page where this video is posted. Dove issued a moratorium and they stopped all kind of deforestation efforts going on to kind of relook and rethink their policies. So Dove has actually addressed Greenpeace head on. The other thing, so that is transformational, a company changing the way they do business, which is why I have it up there. The other thing is a lot of consumers have actually come to Dove's defense, saying Dove is creating a really important question. They're saying, talk to your daughter before the beauty industry does. They're basically helping young children who don't feel good about themselves, 10-year-olds that hate themselves because they're a little overweight at school, because of everything that they're flooded or bombarded with. And that's a worthwhile conversation. And now Greenpeace comes along and hijacks those efforts with their own self-serving or selfish agenda. Whether you think that agenda is better or worse, it's still their own selfish agenda. So who's at fault? Is one good, is one bad, or are both good? Is this just a great conversation with two sides coming together, hopefully with the goal of ending up in this outcome? And the good news, again, is if you do this, this is not, a field of dreams. This is not warm and fuzzy. This is not the internet is good all the time. This is filled with bumps and kinks and warts and surprises. You're going to have to change course a lot. You're going to have to look in the mirror and realize, like I do every morning, that I'm not as good looking as I thought I was. And this is a company that was taken to task because of their bad customer service practices by a gentleman by the name of Joseph Jaffe, who created this concept of Del Hell. He was the inspiration behind Delta, Del Hell, Delta, Skelter. And you can see, all the cartoons and the T-shirts and the buzz created around Dell, because everybody came out and said, I too had a bad experience with Dell. By the way, I have a Dell, and I'll tell you about that story another time. But the good news is that Delta changed. They now have initiatives called Idea Storm, where they're partnering with their community and dialoguing with them, saying, why don't you tell us what the next Dell system should look like? Why don't you help us and suggest what the next Dell laptop should be or have or include? And what's amazing about it is it's so transparent. Dell's competitors could come to this website and steal every idea, but guess what? When you have a vested interest in something, when you feel like it's my Dell, I helped create this, I have ownership of this brand, you will fight for that brand. You will defend that brand. You will kill for that brand, so to speak, figuratively speaking. That's the kind of fame, I guess, that we should be striving towards. Who would have thought? And Michael Dell friended Jeff. Jeff didn't friend Michael Dell. I'm now friends with Michael Dell on Facebook. Who would have thought? I think that's cool. Well, I think that's cool as well, and I hope you do as well. Thank you so much for the opportunity, and I look forward to chatting with you afterwards. Thank you.